Hi guys, what's up? How's everyone doing? Today I'm gonna go through a little video and testing that I did for the question that I have been asked a lot recently, which is, are lightweight mice worth it for competitive games? And so let's kind of explain what a light mouse is, because recently lightweight mice have, became more and more common, and there have been a lot more of them. So the definition of it has changed a lot. So for me, a light mouse would be any mouse that is lighter than 80 grams with a super light category, which would be like the mice that are lighter than the lightweight mice. Get it? Because super light. Are all mice that are under 60 grams. Then, I don't know how much it has changed for heavy mice, but I'll explain that in my opinion, again, heavy mice are everything that is over 90 grams. So with that out of the way, let's get into how I tested the things that I tested, and to figure it out if it's worth it. Yeah, that makes sense, sure. So for the test, I used two different mice. I used the Razor Viper for the light category, which weighs a nice 69 grams, and I used the HyperX Pulsefire Surge for the heavy category, which sits at a nice 100 grams. I tested them through the course of 4 days using in various games using 450, 800, and 1200 DPI, which are the three settings of DPI that I use the most. So the games that I tested were CSGO, Valorant, Rocket League, League of Legends, Apex Legends, Overwatch, Aim Lab to see some kind of drastic numbers change, Quake Champions, and last of all, the best PvP game ever, Crunker. Okay, I'll point out kind of how I did it. I just plugged in the mouse into the back of my PC, like this, and then I put it up on my bungee and just started playing some games on different settings to see. USB. I guess it goes in a USB port here. Hey, nice. Oh, hey, see I'm connected, and now fuck off. Bungee. This is hard to do one-handed. Fuck. Didn't expect this, but alright. Get the fuck in. Hey, you're in. In one side. In the other side. And like this. So yeah. Next thing, let's see what the results are for this testing after a little amount of my clips that I got through those days of some actually good footage. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, good footage, go! The results of the testing pointed out to the following. In FPS games, lighter mouse did make a noticeable difference, And let's explain kind of why. So as you might see, when a mouse is lighter, it is easier and faster to move it around while changing directions and or flicking. That also benefits, or flicking, that also benefits from a light mouse. Okay, so that does explain why FPS games were easier to play on 450 and 800 DPI with a light mouse, and why I was only really comfortable with heavier mice around 1200 DPI. So for FPS games, that is then what? CSGO, Valorant, Crunker, Quake Champions, and Overwatch out of the way. Okay, Apex Legends also. And Apex Legends all out of the way. Then I was left with AimLab, Rocket League, and League of Legends. So for Rocket League, if you do play KBM like me, first of all, thank you. And second of all, if you already play KBM, you know that you don't do anything with the mouse, so mouse weight really doesn't matter. So yeah, no reason to go for either then. Nice, no conclusion there. As for League of Legends, I'm kind of split on the decision, as the weight didn't really impact my ability to play, as I do play 450 DPI on my Viper for League and 800 DPI for my Pulsefire Surge for League, which kind of comes out to the same, to be honest. But what I did feel is when I started playing lower DPIs, so 450 at the heavier mouse, it was just harder to kind of get around quickly and, I don't know, lock some abilities, because, you know, especially when you play Pike like me, you have to kind of hit your skill shots. So yeah, it was a little tiring, and it was a little bit harder. I wouldn't say that it made a huge difference, but I'd say that it's marginal enough that it's not that it's out of the margin of error. So for the AimLab runs, which are the only thing that are left really, I can say the same thing I did when talking about FPS games. So yeah, their lighter is also, in my opinion, better. Yeah, this really doesn't bring us anywhere, does it? So let's do some kind of a conclusion time. So the conclusion of this would be lightweight mice generally don't have a big downside nor a big upside to using them. So I don't see a reason not to buy one other than personal preference. But that reason alone can change what mouse you opt for in the end. I can say that at least for me, I was more focused on the grip of the mouse and, you know, the feeling of it, and, you know, the way that its body is shaped. So I went for shape over weight, although weight is kind of also, I'd say, important enough that you have to at least check it. So yeah, I'd say that the best recipe is just trying out different mice, different DPI levels, and different grip styles. So personally, I use a relaxed fingertip grip at 450 DPI on a Razer Viper. So yeah, I kind of found home in the Razer Viper after watching some reviews from Rocket Jump Ninja, which explained this much better and much more detailed than me. So if you actually need some advice on it, go to his site. You'll see everything about picking out a new mouse and how it should be done. And yeah, that's just it. I'd recommend checking out him again, as his ideas and his thinking is a lot better than mine. But I can say that lightweight mice have changed my view on the games and have made me, let's say, more confident to hit flicks. So yeah, if that's something that you'd go for, then sure. So yeah, that has been it for today. Thank all of you for watching. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of the week, and the next video is coming next Monday. So yeah, peace.